welcome to His Grace Routines. I'm a brand new YouTuber and I wanted to invite you into my space today. I know that most YouTubers put out videos showing the projects that they've done, and then they do a craft space tour if you request it, but I figured it's kind of like you're coming to my house and you're going to come visit with me every time I put out a brand new video. So I just wanted to go ahead and invite you in and let you see my space, and hopefully it'll inspire some people that feel as if they don't have a lot of space to work with also, or you may get some ideas as far as DIY is concerned. I love upcycling things, and so that's what my space is about. And if you're looking for the Better Homes and Gardens or beautiful super lovely space that's all decked out to the nines, I'm sorry, this is not it, at least not right now, but I do welcome you in, and I thank you for your patience and coming to visit with me today. I do apologize. I'm trying not to shake and trying to keep things as steady as I can, because I do know some people don't like it, and hopefully things will stay into frame. But I am on my phone. I don't have a camera, a professional camera, if you will. So I'm on my phone and I'm trying to keep it as close to my mouth as I can so that you can hear me. So this is a craft room tour, but this is going to be more of a home tour, just because my craft room is a part of my living space. It's what would be considered the dining area, but since we don't use a formal dining area, I went ahead and just started using it more for crafting instead. For many years, I tried not to craft because I felt as if I wasn't doing anything, like I was wasting my time. But I have found that if I'm not doing something with my hands, it just kind of drives me crazy. So I am created to create, or to be creative. So let's dig right in. This is the view you see as soon as you walk into my space. And these are bookcases. And yes, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, yes, we do still have VHS. And that's because when we first moved here, I've been in this space about 2.5 years. And when we first moved here, we didn't have anything like, sit on the floor, don't have anything type stuff. And so my very sweet friend brought me a VHS TV combo from her home. And so we started collecting movies to watch, for entertainment. And we would go to thrift stores and pick them up 5 for $1 and stuff like that. And that was a big splurge for us for a while. So we have a huge collection of VHS, and this is just the kids section. Over here, you're going to find my overflow of gift wrap, because my daughter was planning on doing like a booth space at one of the holiday events where she does gift wrapping. And so she was collecting a plethora of wrapping paper, and this is where it landed. Down here, you find my son's tiny place. The boy he loves Dinosaur Train, and Tiny Pteranodon had her own tiny place. So this is where he's basically taking all my pillows off my couch and throwing them onto the floor so he can play in his tiny place. Okay, I'll start at the top. These are chicken wire baskets, and they're from the Better Homes and Gardens collection from Walmart. And I think they aren't carrying them anymore, or they've changed out seasons, I should say. These are ball vintage jars or vintage inspired jars, and they're purple. These are some bottles that I did for my booth space that I have downtown. And I did them for Valentine's Day, but I felt like I didn't have enough articles to set up a nice booth space, so I didn't bother taking them up there, and they sat on my bar for the longest time until I recently changed out my bar, which you'll see in a moment. These are my books. Most of them are on right here on this side, are about parenting and marriage And one of my favorites is this Men Are Like Waffles, Women Are Like Spaghetti, and that's Bill and Pam Farrell. And it basically tells about how men can compartmentalize or just deal with one issue at a time, and meanwhile for women everything is woven together for us, kind of like these chicken wire baskets. And then I have some books here for the boy. Sorry, trying to get closer for you. I have some books for the boy for when he gets older to have a little inspiration, like Mansfield Book of Manly Men. This is Jeremy Lin's story. Joyce, I don't know, I think he's a basketball coach. And Dietrich Bonhoeffer, which I've been wanting to read for the longest time, personally, because he was around during the Nazi invasion. And one of his quotes is, "Silence in the face of evil is evil itself." And that just reminds us that if we see something wrong, something going on, we need to speak up. No matter what the cost, we just need to speak up and be there to help others. In this basket, we have face painting supplies, because sometimes I do face painting in the community, or I'll just paint my son and my nephew's face. Here's some drawing paper for the boy, more drawing paper, and some card games and Cars books. I have a lot of games on these shelves, and I tried to have them in the closet, but then the closet would just overrun. So when I upgraded our space this year, because I usually do the things we need to do with our income tax return, you know, pay bills and maybe buy something for the kids and stuff like that. But this year I did stuff to make the apartment more like home for us. And when I did that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to have things in this area close to us for what we like to do for relaxing. And some of the things we like to do is play board games, or he likes to play with his Leap TV. And so I have this stuff right here in this area. This is what I intended for this area to be used for. And down here we have the karaoke machine, and I guess the boy has a flashlight for those hard times down there. In that box we have more games like the playing cards, probably some dice are down there, and who knows what else. And so we just keep all that stuff right there. Moving over, here's a print I got from the thrift store, and I just liked it because it kind of reminds me of Thomas Kincaid, even though it's not. Excuse me. And as you can see, I changed out the mat. I just used some paper from Barnwood Pretty, and I used a purple gingham Barnwood paper, and that just updated it. I may paint the frame white, or I may not. I don't really know. Here is where we keep the laptop and the tablets, and it's right next to the power strip. I was trying to make life, our home, more convenient, make it work for us, you know, instead of having to move to wherever the outlets are and all the other stuff. I just put the stuff right by the outlet. And in this area, like I said, this is where we keep things close to us so that we can access them easily. Like here in this basket, we have all of our cords and extension cords for most of our devices. And then we also have the plugs and cords, rags to wipe your electronics with. Here I just have a bucket that I got from Family Dollar. I have several buckets I got from Family Dollar, and they're obviously in my favorite shade. And I just bought myself, what is this, a 50 pack of colored pencils. And right here, this middle one is in a little baby food jar, and these are my watercolor pencils. And this is like a drawing set, and I keep my scissors close by, and have my own set of crayons. I think that's the 120 or the 96. And over there's a basket back there. The boy has his own crayons, so he doesn't have to ask me, can he use my crayons? Okay, starting at the top again, we have some ball jars, more of the items I made for Valentine's Day. Just spray painted them white. I think that is a soy sauce bottle. Just things that I spray painted white, and some of them have muslin on them, and they were sprayed with glitter. Some of them don't. That one's a man's cologne bottle, and it has lace wrapped around it and glitter. And this is just a perfume bottle that I had, and I used it all up. It was Hilary Duff perfume bottle, and then I just broke off this part of it so that it could be just a cute little glass thing. Okay, on this shelf I have Book of Quotes and Webster's Thesaurus, African American holiday traditions, and in this section I have things that celebrate mom, and one book about, or a gift book for dad. Excuse me. And up here I have my creative journaling Bible, my Jewish family Bible, the story, which is just one continuous telling of the Bible instead of it being broken up by chapter, book, and verse. And then these are books that I've read and love, and if I need to share them with somebody, I have them available to be able to do so. The Purpose Driven Life, which I plan on reading with my kids because they're older. Maybe we can read them all together at one time because I loved it. This is Jordan Rubin's book, and I love him. I'll try to remember to link him in the description box because he had a chronic illness at one point, and he was able to be cured by changing the way that he ate and some of the things that he ate. He has a remarkable story. So that's his book. And when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be some strict thou shalt not do this type thing because I heard about the book before I heard about his story. And once you hear his story, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I get it. Frank Peretti, love him. He is I'm going to say Christian fiction suspense. He does Christian fiction suspense. And these are my books on like gardening, or the duct tape book, keeping chickens, home improvement. Excuse me. And here's like one of my favorite shelves because it contains my paper for drawing and kits to learn to draw, learn to paint. This is an acrylic. Sorry, I'm gonna sit down. This is an acrylic set. Excuse me. This is my normal coloring books, and by normal I mean like little kitty pony pals kind of coloring books. And then in this section I have my adult coloring books, more books on how to draw, because when I was in about 3rd grade I drew a picture as part of a class project, and the teacher basically was telling me that it wasn't very good. And I believe it was a picture of the earth was what I drew. And when she said that to me, because I was such a shy person, when she said that to me, I just kind of put down my pencil forever. And people would ask me to draw something or to do something. I'm like, no, I can't draw. I'll ask my dad, I'll ask my sisters something, but I won't do it. Bible crosswords, trivia books from where we did a road trip, different puzzles. I think this is a word hunt for the boy. Yeah. Word search for the boy, and then my own word search because I love those. And blank canvases. There's also a blank canvas on this side. Excuse me. Okay. Now, for a brief second, I'll talk about adult coloring books because I love the idea of adult coloring books. Here's a perfect page. Love the idea of an adult coloring book, but this is overwhelming to me. Like, it's just too many tiny spaces. Excuse me. That one was crazy. Trying to find a good one. I was so glad when Walmart started carrying these, so I picked up quite a few. Okay, that one was a good one. See, I gravitate to things that are like this size, and this just overwhelms me because it's so many tiny spaces. But even though I'm saying that, I love Lisa Bogart's book because I like her devotionals, or I enjoy. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stop saying I love so much. I really enjoy her devotionals. And a coloring book that's a devotional, just awesome. Laugh out loud, funny. That is just awesome to me. But like I said, I tend to gravitate to those size coloring pages, not the tiny ones, but those I can deal with. Maybe I just don't have the patience or focus for the little ones right now. And maybe it's just because I wasn't big on color pencils. I'm a crayon kind of person, but I'm trying to get into it. And here's another one. Excuse me. And I am so thrilled that they have paired devotionals and coloring pages together. That is just awesome. And then I was so thrilled when I think it was back in April, Walmart offered this online, and I pre-bought this book. And I'm not a rush to buy anything kind of person, but I really, 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 really love Thomas Kincaid's work. I've been to galleries to look at it in person, and I just like his work. I thought he was a remarkable painter. And so when I saw this, I was like, yes, please. And what it is it has his print on one side, and then you can do your own interpretation on the other side. And I haven't done so yet. Part of me is intimidated by it being next to one of his prints, I suppose. And then I guess another part of me is just like, these tiny little spots again. But I'm so happy I have this book because it has a wide collection of his prints in it. And they're not numbered, so I couldn't even tell you how many of them are in here. But you can see it is quite a few. So, like up here, I was telling you, another one of those things I invested in for myself, this Resurrection Sunday, actually, for Resurrection Sunday, was the Inspire Bible. And I've been seeing the creative coloring Bibles, and I was like, yes, please. And I looked and looked and looked until I found one that was NLT, because NLT speaks to me a little bit better than the NIV does. The story right here is an NIV, but my Inspire is an NLT, which I'm so very thankful for. And it's just great. Right here is the first page that I colored, and it took me a couple months to actually do so because I was a little intimidated by coloring and letting somebody see my work, because it is a Bible, and if you take it to church, somebody will see what you've been doing. But I did it, and this was me playing with the watercolor pencils, so that's why it looks like that. I learned how to use them, if you will. And one of my first pages that I dived in, excuse me, and did was this one. While we were in service on a Wednesday night, it was talking about being in the wilderness and how Jesus was driven into the wilderness right after he was baptized. And this was the image that I saw, and I just pulled out my pencils and my crayons, and I started coloring while I was listening and taking notes. I just started coloring. This is my bag that I take to church with me, and it was a laptop bag. Excuse me, but I usually just drop my Bible and stuff in there. But what I have in here is this bag. I got this back to school season, and then inside, I think this had a pillowcase in it, but it holds my Crayola color pencils really well. And this is one of the 64, and it has a sharpener. And as you can see, this was for my last Wednesday service. These were the colors I was using at that particular service. So it has my pens and that, and inside the loose bag I have a notebook, flags from the Dollar Tree, an eraser, a pencil sharpener, which is an eraser on the top. I got that from Walmart. Pens, That was a pencil, that striped one. These thinner markers for outlining in the Bible. A glue stick and a pair of scissors. And I'm pretty sure you're figuring out what my favorite color is. And it's so funny because I didn't have things that were purple for the longest time. And we have, like I said, started over. We've lost everything like several times. And so this time around, as I started buying stuff or getting stuff or whatever, I just started buying stuff that I actually want and need. So purple is one of those things that I committed to buying. Jewish Bible. And I was watching Jewish Voice one day, and Dr. Bernice, excuse me, I think he has a doctorate. Anyway, Rabbi Bernice had the Tree of Life people on here, and they were talking about their Bible, and the people that are part of the Tree of Life are Messianic. So I was like, that's pretty awesome. And what it is excuse me, it weaves the Jewish faith and our English Christian faith together. Like in certain places they call God Adonai. So I believe that is the way it is translated, because here, I believe this is Sarah. So she called Adonai, who was speaking to her, oh, I'm sorry, you are the God who sees me. That wasn't Sarah. That was Hagar. You are the God who sees me. So she called Adonai and God. So it must have been translated as Adonai in certain places. And I'm pretty sure I've seen Elohim and like Elohim. Yeah, Adonai Elohim there. And the Ruah Elohim, Elohim was hovering upon the earth. So it translates it from the Torah, the way the Torah was. And it's beautiful to be able to weave that together to get a further understanding, because as Rabbi Bernice says on the Jewish Voice, the Bible means a lot more. It's a little bit a deeper understanding, if you will, a little richer, I should say richer understanding, because of him being Jewish, because they observed the things that Yeshua would have known and did, and is talking about. They've observed those things, they've kept some of those customs, and so when the Bible talks about these things, they understand that some things we do not we cannot fully understand, but they do. So it's pretty. It's very, very nice to weave those together. And it's also nice to have another Bible to study with to offer a further richness and a deeper understanding when you're studying the Bible. Here's just some more items from Valentine's Day and some pins. Excuse me. That I did to look like an arrow in honor of Valentine's Day. Those are those cans I was telling you about, more purple mason jars. I have any intention of taking you down my hallway. I really don't have any intention of showing you the whole living room, but it just keeps evolving. And the only reason I'm showing this to you is not because I am good at anything or because I did a fantastic job on anything, but just to inspire somebody who may want to get back into doing something or did something a while ago and enjoyed it, but because somebody said something to them, they don't do it anymore. So I am asking you, please get started. Please pick up your pencils again, your paints. If you're writing a book, continue to write. Start writing. Whatever God has spoken to you to do, please go ahead and do so. This was recently given to me for my birthday. It was a gift from my nephew or my son. I think from my son. Or maybe both of them did it for my birthday. That's just something I was tinkering with when I was on my road trip. I think a couple of years ago when we had a road trip, something I saw or just a vision I had. That was my interpretation of a bridge, which isn't very realistic, To me, I didn't do it well enough, but I did it. At least I did it. That picture's from my nephew. And that one is from my son. That's a gift from my son for my birthday. Here's a print that a friend of mine gave me. Just as if you're seeing the Eiffel Tower outside your window. This was my birthday maybe 2 years ago for my eldest daughter, which I like it. I think she's pretty good. That's just those wall clings that I use to cover the circuit box. Print that I picked up from Walmart from $5, and the background was like muted tones, and so I just went ahead and took my favorite color again, and I just did some swirls and things because it says imagination, and I wanted to show creativity behind it because you have a typewriter, excuse me, but it is creative. You're supposed to be creative. And on the keys, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'll try not to create too much of a shadow, but I put glitter using my Twizzles on DREAM for dream and the space bar. Down here is overflow of my paints, which you'll see more of those in a minute, just because I need 3 more boxes to complete the way I have it set up. And down at the bottom is craft stuff for the boy so that he knows he could come over here and get the craft items and he doesn't have to ask permission. Those are just some activity mats from Dollar Tree for $1. Here I have a binder. This contains some of my creative ideas and just pages I've pulled out of magazines that I like. Empty binders and green folders for the boy. Down below, I have 2 Thomas Kincaid books that shows pictures of his artwork flanking either side. At the very bottom, down here, I have DVDs that I like to share with people when they might be going through something or thinking about something and say, hey, have you seen da-da-da-da? And it's just good to be able to share things like that with people. More books, I'm sorry. I'm a biblioholic, and I have books down here from that are by Jeanette Oak, and this was, I think, my Christmas present for my eldest daughter. The Bible storybook for the boy, and some books over here that I'm going to be working on reading very soon. Tony Dungy's Quiet Strength, Purpose-Driven Life. Again, to try to read, I wanted to read it with my husband and with my girls. As a family, we all have a copy. This one's pretty good. I Kissed Dating Goodbye, and then this is the Song of Solomon Bible Study Guide at Tommy Nelson, and it's a study of love, sex, marriage, and romance, it was a good Bible study. I really liked it. If you ever hear of it being offered, try to take it because it's really good and he's really funny. Actually, it's a video course kind of thing. Bible Studies by Kay Arthur, so it's that one. And let's see, Rick Warren's Bible Study Method. That's a type of a prayer journal, but I don't think I've wrote in it. This is another chicken wire basket from Walmart, from the Better Homes and Gardens. And in here I just have my HP ink cartridges. Sorry, turned off the hall light. Ink cartridges, and this is photo paper. I think there's quite a bit of photo paper in there actually. I'm a part of the Instant Ink, and what Instant Ink is, they will send you the ink to your door or to your mailbox, so you don't have to worry about what size is it and did I get the right ink cartridge. and they mail them to you before you even run out because your printer is wireless, so it kind of tells them when it's getting low, so you always have it beforehand. Okay. Max Lucado, some of my favorite authors, Max Lucado, Kyle Idleman, and Franklin Graham. There's somebody else I need to put in the description box. He has a book called Rebel with a Cause, Without a Cause. Sorry, Rebel with a Cause. And it was, I think, his first book that he wrote, and it tells about how he was the prodigal, which is hard to believe considering the fact that he looks so much like his dad and he's doing such a wonderful job. But he was a prodigal at one time. 90 Minutes in Heaven, which is the Don Piper book. The Don Piper book, where he actually died and went to heaven, saw the beauty and wonder of God, and then he had to return to earth, where he was in pain and just hurting, and it was just incredible. I know they did a movie about the book, but it was just incredible the way he describes heaven. Not a fan. Again, that's Kyle Idleman. Excuse me, who does a really great job of bringing the Bible to life, by the way. He has several videos, and I'll try to make sure I remember to link him. Franklin Graham and Kyle Idleman. I'll try to remember to link them because they do a really great job of bringing the Bible to life. Before Mark and Roma Downey started doing the Bible series, Kyle Idleman was doing things like that. Like I think he started with Easter and then Christmas, I believe, and doing a depiction of Mary and Joseph and all that. And it was just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. He actually shows Mary being in the wheat fields, if you will, and being approached by an angel. So he did a really, really great job. And this book is Holly Girth. I'm sorry, I had a knock at the door. There's just all kinds of things going on today. I meant to tell you in the beginning, but I'll wait till the end. I'll try to remember. Hold on to it. Anyway, Holly Girth, What Your Heart Needs for the Hard Days. And I really got this book because I liked the spine. I thought the polka dots were super cute, but who doesn't need a little pick-me-up on difficult days? This book was given to me by my uncle. Inspiration from the greatest Christian song lyrics of all times. And this is my boho string journal that I got from Michael's, and you'll see that in a haul video. This is my Amplified Bible. This is the book, a Bible that I cut my teeth on basically when I was a new Christian, and another NIV women's Bible that was given to me kind of recently given to me. Okay, so up here I have a purple chalkboard mason jar vase, if you will, and that was clearanced out at Walmart. And then my purple mason jars, and then all of these rocks are up here because in kindergarten year I planned a big party at the park for the boy, rented the pavilion and all that stuff, and basically I sent out invitations probably a month in advance, and then or a month, maybe 3 weeks in advance, and then the weekend or Friday before the party, which would be on Saturday, I sent out reminder invitations, and 3 people came, which was fine because we had a wonderful time with those 3 kids. But it kind of hurt, because I had put all this time and effort into it, and I come to find out, because we're new here, that if people don't really know you, they don't bring their kid to your party or something like that. So for a couple years now, past 2 years, I haven't done a party for the boy. I just kind of bring stuff to his class and do a class party. And so just to save myself some aggravation and a little bit of money, because it was a super windy day that day, everything kept blowing over, things just went haywire. It was incredible, but the parents were so loving and just enjoyed themselves and had fun. So this year, this past school year, they went on a field trip to the nature center. And while the rest of his class was getting on the bus, because you have to drive separately. When the class was getting on the bus, I was picking out all these rocks. I bought maybe $60 worth of rocks, and I took them up to the school and allowed the kids to pick out their own rocks out of the bag, which the teacher really enjoyed, because she was able to continue tying in the lesson that they were having with his class party, if you will. And this just says, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. And if you remember back in the day when your parents had these little glass cubes, I think this came from Mardell. If not Mardell, then definitely the Dollar Tree. When your parents had the glass cubes in the living room that you couldn't sit in with the glass table. This is one of those gift books at Walmart, and it just, fits my style and my way. And I guess we'll go this way. Like I said, I had those painted bottles up here for the longest time, and then recently I just changed out the bar, which definitely in time for fall, I just changed out the bar so it's kind of like a coffee bar. And this just has individual creamers, peppermint sticks, sugar packets, sweet and low, coffee stirs, sugar, kisses. In here, a cup of coffee for you, and this sign that was a gift for me. The key to success is following God's guidance. And this sign that I recently received, and I don't know if it'll be in a haul video or not. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. And so that was just me getting ready for fall. And I have these pumpkins that I got from the Dollar Tree last year, and they're just styrofoam painted pumpkins. So we're gonna go this way. And I'm sorry about my pink cup in the sink, but oh wow. This is my shelf. I got it from Family Dollar, and it has legs because it's an over the sink shelf, and it had legs, but it never cleared the handle here for the faucet. So I just bit the bullet, went ahead and got my shelf brackets, my L brackets, and I hung the shelf. And I just have some dish soap in here because I like being able to pump it. I think I control it a little better than squeezing all the time. And my hand soap, Overflow. This I got from IKEA for probably $1, if not cheaper. $1.99. This is a gravy boat that was gifted to me, and you'll see the rest of the set in a minute. I dropped it and it broke, so I glued it back together, but you don't want to use it after you put glue on it. This little basket I had kept my eye on for months and months and months. This is in the craft section at Walmart. I don't know if they still carry it. And here's just my wash rags because I'm in my chalkboard phase. So I have black and white wash rags. Excuse me. Black and white and purple is the color scheme I have going on. This is a hand towel bar, and I have 3 of them. I got them at Walmart when they were clearancing them out, and I keep this one in the kitchen with the towel that I obviously never use because it's pristinely folded. But I do hang my dish rags up here to dry. And I was going to move this before I did the video, but I was like, you know what? It's real. I probably will have a little jar with water in it with paintbrushes in it if you ever come over, because I was probably just doing something. Very recently doing something. Excuse me. That required painting. Okay, over here I have this is Bree Drummond, Pioneer Woman. These are her purple goblets or amethyst goblets and her picture. And the beautiful thing about Ree is that I think they're made here. I know her plates are made here. I think they're handmade. These I'm not sure, but I know her plates are handmade. Excuse me. And behind it is my mason jar that I did, and I would move it, but the whole thing will probably come falling down. The mason jar that I did at a ladies craft night that we have at church, and it has measuring lines, and it says faith, hope, and love. I believe that's all that it has on there. And I just did it like chalkboard style so I can be able to use it again. Like that pumpkin out front. Excuse me. We did that last fall. This would have been the spring craft, I believe. And we did that one last fall. And I chalkboard that so that I could be able to use it and write on it all the time. And not just have to use it just for fall. And I'll step back here because I really like my little accessory. I don't know what else to call it. And I'll start at the top. This is a galvanized tray that's part of the Better Homes and Garden collection. These are the Better Homes and Garden plates, and these are just regular plates that I can actually stick in the oven. This was from IKEA. These are from IKEA, and what it is was I wanted to hang this stuff, and I didn't want to have to drill into the wall and just totally ruin this wall. Even though I can putty it later, I didn't want to deal with that. So I just used this long piece of MDF, and I just drilled into that, and it's all held up by that one shelf bracket right there. And I have another shelf bracket right here because I have a purple planter over there. And that's where that belongs, but it came down because it was E6000 up there, but I think the weight was just too much for it, and you know, it being able to shift, so it was just too much for it. These were from IKEA. They're 59 cents. They're planters basically, and I want to say these are dryer vent clamps, but I think they have a totally different name. I'm not sure. And they're just held up by straight brackets. You have an L bracket and then you have a flat bracket, and they are held up by 2 screws and a flat bracket. And this is where I keep my forks and my spoons and things, because I'm really lazy. Sorry, I'm really lazy, and I hate to drop things in the drawers in that utensil because it's so I just drop them over here, and if I need something, you know, it's within reach and I can grab it, kids can grab it, blah 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 blah. These I did myself, and they're just basic pot holders that I got from Walmart. They were part of a 5-piece set, and I used a white paint pen, again my chalkboard stage, and I put peace, joy, patience on the actual mitt. This one says kindness. The other two I didn't do anything with them. Back there, oh, there it is, sorry, lost my screw there for a minute. The other 2 mitts, oh great, I didn't do anything with. That's actually good, so you can see how this is on here. That's just a plant hanger that you would put up in your ceiling. I thought that would be heavy duty enough to hold my pans. That one says love. This one is faith. And this one must be love, hope, sorry. Faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. And I just put those on there. These are my pans, and I really put this up because I wanted something to hold my cast iron pans, because I have quite a bit of them. Again, I decided if I had to buy everything all over again, I was going to buy things that I love. So I have my cast iron pans down there, some of them anyway, and I didn't want to put them in the cabinet because I didn't want the cabinet to be super heavy. I didn't want the bottom to fall out of the cabinet because, you know, some cabinets are not built up to grade. Anyway, this is a bookcase. I bought 5 of them, I believe, at one time. I bought 5 of them at one time. So this one I have here in the kitchen, and it holds my utensils, my cooking utensils, which I just put some purple paper back there, and then I have peg hooks and cardboard back there, and that's a box that I did, and it says eggs. It used to be turned the other way when I had a different system in here. I think it was a cardboard set of huge boxes that held all these things. That's probably where the peg hooks come from, something I rescued. And this just has like serving spoons in it. Again, more of those containers from Family Dollar that are serving spoons. This is where I keep my reusable ice cubes, because I don't really care for ice. It gets too cold for my teeth. But my family loves ice, so I bought them a bunch of these ice cubes, and I try to keep them in the freezer. Excuse me. That box says flowers, and I think it just contains recipes that I've pulled out of magazines. My cookbooks, kids cookbooks. And down below I have some at the very bottom I have trash bags, and then I have my muffin pan liners, straws, and there's some cookie cutters back there. I don't know if you can see it. Cookie cutters and wood chips, wood smoking cups. And then these are for when you grill, you can put your mark on your brand on your steak if you wanted to. This is from a recent haul at Walmart, if you will. They were clearancing out all their stuff, their grocery stuff, to get ready for inventory. And so a bunch of it was like $1, $1.50. And what happens when you buy a bunch of stuff, which it was a really great price and you need it, because look at this. This 5-pack of barbecue sauce was $2, I believe. So, that's the only time you're going to get it that low, and you want to buy it and you need this stuff like mayonnaise. I think this mayo was $1.50, and mayo has gone up a lot lately. And so the mayonnaise was $1.50. You buy it, you need it, but then where the heck do you put it? And I'll just show you, so you don't think I'm completely crazy. That's what my cabinets look like. So where do you put it? And I don't buy a lot of canned vegetables because I prefer them the freezer one. So excuse me. This cart is Better Homes and Gardens, and I got it online, which I think is super cute because it looks like locker bins, and it keeps bread. This is breakfast and cereal stuff, and on and on. These two I got from Cracker Barrel. These towels were part of that set with the pot holders. That's the boys' easy bake oven. We use it from time to time. My chalkboard phase. Oh, my chargers that I absolutely adore from Michael's. I think they were clearancing those out as well. I would fix them, but you know what'll happen. Both of them will fall. And this I got, and I just wrote Faith on it from the Dollar Tree. And I will try to stop for it and show you. The other one back there, it says, I will put my instructions deep within them and write them on their hearts. And that's from Jeremiah. Up here, I was telling you about that gravy boat. This is part of the purple teacups that a friend gifted me. That's for Coco's for the boy. That's my overflow of K-cups. More K-cups because my daughter got me K-cups for my birthday. More K-cups for my birthday. And then here's my magnetic strip where I keep the knives. I got that from, I want to say Harbor Freight. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Don't quote me on that. This is a barn silo. A grain silo, barn silo. Grain silo I got from Boot Barn, and I just love it because it's super cute. And obviously they're measuring cups. Excuse me. More of those things from Valentine's Day. Cans, and I think I sprayed those actually with glitter so they twinkle a little bit. Glass jar. Picture from the Better Homes and Gardens. This is a calendar page, and this I got from a thrift store from cheek. And it says a gentle answer turns away wrath. And then these I always get from Life Today, and I use them as artwork and as reminders that people are hurting out there, and there are people who don't have nearly as much as I do, and they're standing in line for food, and it's kids. It's kids, and it breaks my heart. Actually, it breaks my heart. And here's where I put all the colorful magnets and things that we have, which are good to keep, but I don't really want to see them on the front of the fridge. Recommended meat temperatures. This is my Duck Dynasty stuff. Rethink your drink kind of deal. Book magnets. Box tops for education. This is where I keep the box tops so we can have them in one place and not look for them all over the place. This came with a pin cushion, which you'll see later. Excuse me, for Singer's anniversary, and I thought it was super cool how they just put the needles onto it. So I just have it here. That way, if I ever need needles or whatever, I know where to find them. These are all my bulldog clips, and then these I got from Mardell. Oh man, that's coming out. My altered clips, they were already like that from Mardell, and I just took them and I sprayed them purple. I sprayed them white then purple, or purple then white, and I let them crackle a little bit so it'll be my style. And so I just keep those there. When you need a super big bookmark. These are just jars that I've taken and used. I will show you this one. This is Kool-Aid, a ton of orange Kool-Aid because I use way too much water, and I use those to dye paper with my flour. I love this little picture. I really like having this picture. It's in a eggshell kind of color. My sugar, my rice, and a Campbell soup tureen. Up top, I have some mason jar drink dispensers, some jugs, and some milk bottles, and those are just teacups. A pitcher, I had gotten that for the boy because his favorite color is green, for him to drink his tea out of. He likes drinking tea. And then this is fruit baskets, the little wooden fruit baskets, and I just did the front of it. I painted it with black, and then I wrote on it like it's chalkboard, because I used those for Christmas instead of having stockings. The kids all had one with their name on it, and I used those for Christmas. And I would show you the ones with the kids' names on it, but two of the kids are biologically not mine, and I don't want to offend their mother by not having asked them first. And so now we actually come to my craft space, and I found this frame, and that purple back there is simply a box, and it accepts push pins and stick pins just fine. And the boy made that silhouette for me for Mother's Day in school. His teacher did that, and I thought that was really cute. It wasn't like the typical handprint gift that you get. And I just like this, I think it was scrapbook paper. I don't remember what I used it on, but this was the strip that I had left, and I just thought it was so pretty, the combination. Excuse me, this says I am traditional. That's Tiffany Amber Thiessen. And I just liked what it said. It was in the Better Homes and Gardens, and at the bottom it says I am traditional. I believe in family values. I love to clean, would rather stay home and cook than go out to eat, and still take advice from my mother and grandmother. And I just thought that was just the sweetest thing. And these are, just snippets from my pastor's sermon, or quotes from my pastor's sermons. I can be more than what I currently am. And I just added, I am loved. And this one says, yes, it's a lifelong obedience to Jesus. Excuse me. So we'll go down here to my desk, and right here I have many composition books, post-it notes, and these are flags, purple, and it's actually a lightning bolt, and it's kind of it is transparent, so super cool for people in college that need to flag a book or something. You still need to read the page. Excuse me. These cute little containers I recently got from Walmart this past back to school season, and this is my pencil sharpener that I got online from Walmart, because I love the old pencil sharpeners. I had an X-Acto one, but it didn't work so well, and it also had a suction base instead of just a plain flat base that you can hold onto this and turn it and sharpen your pencil, or you can actually mount it if you want it to. And this one has all the, sorry, you could actually mount it, and this one has all the different sizes for the pencils, which I thought was super cool. Excuse me. Okay, on this shelf I have shimmer shadows, which are just these LA color eye colors, because Hermelinda, I'll link her, showed me how to make my own shimmer sprays like these. And you just use the powdered eyeshadow and alcohol. And I'll go ahead and spray one and show you. Actually, I don't think I need to spray one. Here we go. Hopefully you can see that. At the right here is the spray, the shimmer spray, and then right here is the purple. I think you can get a little bit of that tint, the purple, and that's what's in this. It's a vanilla extract bottle that I didn't want to get rid of, and when I did some purple dyeing of the paper, I just put it in here and use it to spray with. Here's my twinkles, but I don't think I'm ever doing it right because it comes out very watery to me, and the point isn't very thin, which is weird because I don't like fine point things, but to me that one has a medium point. Excuse me. I have a scraper for making notepads. Genevieve Designs talked about making notepads, and this is just a gelato container that's plastic, and I thought it was so cute, and would be awesome for holding something, which I found to be my Sharpies, all my many Sharpies here, because I recently bought one of those 8-packs or 21 packs for like $8. I splurged and got them, like I was telling you. Started getting things for me for you know, just doing things I like to do, just having the supplies, instead of saying one day. I finally bit the bullet and did it, because one day may never come and then we die. Just a Taco Bell container or a KFC container, and as you can see, glitter. That's what I usually have in them. This one these are the instant ink containers, and these are, it says pie boxes. This one's a child's French fry box, and what it was I had them on this vinyl. That's why there's a hook. I made my own over the door pocket hanger, and it was super cute. It looks something like that. And then I have some larger ones, but it started to come down because I used super glue at the time. I probably could go back and use E6000, not super glue, hot glue, and some of them started to peel off. I don't know, maybe the two just didn't like it, or I should sand it first or something. So anyway, but these are still super cute, so I put them in there so I can use them for something junk journal related. Excuse me. Sorry, trying to close that back up. Okay, here I have flags that I got from Mardell and Hobby Lobby. These were from Mardell for 35 cents. And they're just super cute flags. And they just look like that. which will be great for altered paper clips, actually. If I just pull the toothpick out. One of them was from Hobby Lobby, one of them from Mardell. Okay. These little glass jars I got from Natural Grocers, and they just hold popsicle sticks or craft sticks, if you will, and some Q-tips or cotton swabs. Excuse me. On the bottom, these bottles, I'm not sure where I got them from, but they're pretty blue. Some more little jars, and then my baby wipes. Over here, some baby powder for when you want to write on something super slick. I heard that you just put some baby powder over it, and you could do that. And these are just Pringle cans, as you can see. I did cover some with white. Excuse me. And this is just some clear pieces waiting to be used. Some tags waiting to be upcycled into tags for junk journals. Chalkboard tag panels. Pipe cleaners. 5-gallon paint stick. Ruler. Clear pieces. Pieces of ruler. Staple remover. Multi-tool. And then these are like gift cards when you want to rip paper and have a cleaner edge. Let's see. Stapler, heavy duty stapler. My drill. Glue gun. I have a smaller mini glue gun that goes here. Mounting putty. Dowels. An engraver. And cable ties. That the engraver a friend of mine gave me to try to get me crafting again. He was telling me just try it, try different things. So he gave me the mediums and a tool to be able to try it. Sorry if I'm jiggling. And I pulled out this dish wand, excuse me, because I was going to throw it away because it's the one that has the sponge slides on here, right here. I was going to throw it away, and I was looking at the profile. I was like, wait, I could use that as a paper or bone folder. So that's why that's there. Or in there. I should say that's why that's in there. Excuse me. The sign I did says redeemed, which is something I'm all about, because all things work together for the good of those who are called according to his purpose. Sorry, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And if you trust him, if you'll give it to him, he can work it for the good. This clip held, excuse me, just held my son's shoes together. So I kept it. I was like, oh, that's cute. These two, I rescued these 2 boxes because I didn't know companies were still investing in putting artwork on a box. These are from cherry boxes, the lids of cherry boxes. And so I just rescued the boxes and I tore the panels off and I kept the artwork. This has clear pieces in it. I got these from a thrift store and they were like $4. These are scrap pieces and things waiting to be used as tags and journal spots. BC powder, tags, journal spots. Excuse me. That one's empty. Glue sticks. Mini clothespins. These I got like after Halloween and after Christmas at Walmart, I want to say. Some might be from Michael's, but definitely from Walmart for those black clothespins. My paper clips that I got from Tuesday Morning for $1.99. This is where I put the altered paper clips when I'm working on them. More paper clips. And I just separated them myself. These are the larger ones and these are the smaller ones, and I have more paper clips. You'll see those in a minute. Excuse me. This one has flash drives, SD cards, Microsoft Office 365. And that one has candy, and that one has candy. And so the boy and I was talking about not doing All Hallows Eve. And sorry, the boy came out. Again, the boy and I was talking about this Hallows Eve, just doing the community center, which is where we go, just doing that part for the fun of it, not so much for the candy, because we just have candy everywhere from last year's haul, probably the year before that, and I won't hand it out again because I think that's gross. Even though it's good candy, I don't think it's fair to the kids for them to get used candy. So we're probably not gonna be concerned about having a bag to hold our goods, if you will. This is my milk bottle water bottle that I got from Walmart when they were clearancing it out. Excuse me. And this box is sitting here out of its place so that I can show you the point behind that orange Kool-Aid is this orange Kool-Aid dyed paper. Like I said, thanks to her Melinda, who showed a tutorial on how to do that. Sorry, the boy is home, so it's kind of hard to focus there. Again, another picture from life today. When they send you the cards, and I just use them for artwork. Not that I want to be surrounded by, suffering kids, but I just want to be reminded that how blessed I am. Here's my little travel bag that I keep a small selection of markers and Sharpies, ink pens in, so I could just grab it and go. Because what I have done this year is, like I said, I've been pampering myself, if you will, by just buying different things that I like. And I've always wanted to have, kind of deal. Excuse me. So I have several sets of Sharpies. That's like a 21 pack, I think that was. It was a 21 pack, and this is probably like a 5 or 8 pack, or one I picked up here from Office Depot when they have like the 50-cent sale or something like that. This came from Walmart, excuse me, and it was super cute because it was black and white, and I never remember to take pictures of things before I do them. It was black and white, and then you just kind of colored it yourself, which I did with my Sharpies, and it came with 3 colors, this light purple, this green, and the pink, and I waited until I could find different Sharpies, which I did, and these are all different color Sharpies, different color purple Sharpies. And then I did the turquoise as well. So I thought that was super cute. And this one says on the back, I just wrote, because he first loved us. This I show in a haul video from Michael's. Excuse me. This is a box I rescued from work. Excuse me. And I just spray painted it black with matte spray paint so that I can actually write on it. Like a chalkboard, and it has this little thing I made for my niece. She was doing a Frozen party, and it didn't happen for whatever reason. I forget what happened. So I just have a bunch of Frozen things. You'll see it everywhere, and some flashcards or calendar cards for journaling with. Some more little cards there. This is where I keep postcards. Those are notepads, excuse me, and envelopes waiting for journaling. Down here, I'll go ahead and show you, since it's accessible, I have a bunch of calendars, because calendars are great for free artwork, free or cheap artwork, and so I keep all of those from years gone by or from this year. Excuse me. Over here is where that box belongs that has the dyed paper in it, and I just keep 12 by 12 loose 12 by 12 sheets in here when I pull them out from the paper pack. And this is where scraps of paper goes, just kind of bursting at the seams. And this is a project I'm getting ready to work on, some new calendars. And then some poly folders right there, which I find are great for when you print pages and stuff and such for projects that you need to work on. That way you don't have to put them away and then try to find them again. They're just right here. Excuse me, and they're all contained in poly folders. Over here, sorry, I'm gonna skip back. Over here I have this tackle box, thanks to Alejandra, and this is just a box that I lightly sprayed white, and then I put a piece of burlap and lace on here, and I was planning on doing it with all my boxes, which you see how many boxes I have in a minute, doing it with all my boxes, and I decided I'd rather just put the energy into the things I make instead of just things in my house. And then this is a tackle box that I made from hook and loop tape and solo cups, those mini solo cups, and that was thanks to AlejandraTV.net, I believe. I'll put her link in the description box. And this box, just another box I rescued from work. This box contains wooden pieces, again waiting for junk journals and other creative projects. Excuse me. This box is empty. Another box that I just spray painted white, and I stopped because I was going to do it with the burlap, and it has sparkles on it. I was going to do the burlap to it, and I just didn't. I didn't know if I wanted to, or if I wanted to do it Christmas related or what. So that's that. Here's another box, and then excuse me, this bottom box I actually had up at the space where I rent a booth space downtown, and I had it up there for $5, and it's just some pretty paper, and I won't open it, and I won't open it. I'll just keep it like this because it'll be a pain in the butt to try to get it back together single-handedly. And if you could see it, it's that nice deli type paper, kind of vellumy, and it has a boy pulling a girl on a sled, and I did some envelopes to go with it, and I don't know if you can see that, but it says Merry Christmas on there, and they all sparkle. And then I also printed the image on paper, but I did it in washout so that it kind of faded and it looked super cute. And then it says, a Christmas wish, may your Christmas day be bright and gay, a Merry Christmas in every way. Sorry, it's very faint, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's what I did. And I guess they didn't like it very much, or they couldn't see it, they didn't go to look at it, which my sister reminds me that having the booth space wasn't about getting rich quick. It was about me stepping out of my comfort zone and doing putting myself out there. So everything is a learning experience. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I should have did it from top to bottom. I'll try to do that in a moment. Some empty folders, which I plan on putting like emergency instruction information in there, for the people who watch the boy. Excuse me. Legal size paper, pink paper, more of that deli type paper in white and brown. And if you make friends with your produce person, you probably could convince them to give you some of this. It sits on top of like peaches and things, I guess, to wick away the moisture. There's another one of those clipboards. These came in a 5-pack from IKEA, probably for $1.99. The pans I use when I dye paper, and I just put them in the oven. This is some moving paper, natural unbleached paper. This is also from produce. I just liked it for its texture. I thought it would make a good stamp on something. Oh, this is a piece of cardboard that I actually use to stamp with. I wonder if I have another one somewhere. Yeah. like this. I use it to make lines in junk journals and stuff. So that one's a bigger one. You just put the ink right on there. Some styrofoam sheets, a frozen coloring book, a big frozen coloring book, and then some gold type cardboard, old gold color cardboard is down there. Okay, here at our eye level is my HP 2546, and it's just purple, so that's why I have that one. Excuse me, my box of index cards. So sorry, excuse me. Box with index cards. We'll start over here. These are the plain ones. These are reinforcements, and here's index tabs. These are coffee dyed index cards, the larger ones, and just things ready to be used for journaling spots. This is something my daughter wrote down, and I was going to use it. Courage is not the absence of fear, rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all. From now on, you'll be traveling the road between who you think you are and who you can be. The key is to allow yourself to make the journey. My daughter took the time to write that out, so I thought I would keep it, not trash it. More index card. I think these have lines or had lines, if you will, because of how long they sat in the coffee. How long they sat in the coffee. And then these are blank or unruled coffee dyed index cards. This is something, it's just a huge that one's a mail forwarding, and then these are just the advertisements, and I thought I would use those for journaling spots as well. These come off the top of your lunch meat, and I don't know, just a piece of cardboard. And these were from the boy. These are some of the index cards we used to go over his spelling words. So I'm just instead of throwing those away, I was going to cover them and use them as well as journaling spots. And then these are items that can be used in journaling spots, and some glitter. Some glitter is right there. Excuse me. So that's what's in there. In the far back, in that plastic bag, are the accessories for the silhouette, and I probably should move it over to the cart. You'll see the cart later. Accessories for the silhouette, and then these are markers from Walgreens that were clearanced out this year. IKEA markers, my Bic shimmer pens, more pens, color pencils, pipsqueaks, because I'm told that you can use those in your silhouette to write with, and color pencils, because like I said, you should have your color pencils and markers close by you in your space where you create seed beads, just some jewels and bling, like little rings and stuff, round magnets, and those are just pen caps, because sometimes you can't find the right pen cap. Moving up, I have little golden books back there, my paintbrushes, more Disney books, more little golden books. These are for planning parties with kids. Excuse me. My sign that says, real girls aren't perfect, perfect girls aren't real. These are from the Dollar Tree. These frames were also from the Dollar Tree. My little Chick-fil-A. Sorry, Dollar Tree frames. Chick-fil-A. Cow. There are cans of paint back there, and you'll find out about those in another video. They're just the Disney paint, some oil-based paints, different things. My scale. These baskets were from the Dollar Tree. They look like chicken wire. There's another Better Homes and Garden chicken wire basket back there. This one was a gift from a coworker, the container. This was from Michael's, just a creative kind of girl. This is just something I made, also Valentine's Day, and it's supposed to look like those liniment bottles or an ointment bottle, and it says a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. Proverbs 17:22. There's Elsa. You'll see her in another video. That was a gift from my daughter. Dare to make that difference. Take that step. Follow that dream. All things are possible with God. There's another bottle back there, and that one actually has muslin wrapped around it. There's her sewing machine. And this is where I keep my fabric scissors so that people do not use them for paper. That's one of those makeup cinch bags, and I just use it for when I'm working on a particular project and you got all these little loose items, so you can just grab it up really quickly. This is the sewing machine sewing shelf, so I have books about sewing. Faith Hill's Vintage, which I enjoyed a lot, but I can't find it. Iron on appliques, iron on transfers, and then I have all kinds of pins and threads and a push cushion, and this is from my ball, the purple jars. This was a Ferrero Rocher box, and I have thread in there. Buttons. That's just a stand that looks like a spool, and then pin cushion. These are all books that can be used for journaling, whether I use the book in an altered book sense or I'm just keeping them for the pictures. This I thought was really cute. It is a sketchbook and it has a pocket. So you can insert your own picture and kind of make it your own. So I got a bunch of those and I'll use the pages and stuff like that. Okay, so we are now on this shelf. I'm saving these for just a moment. We're on this shelf. This is just copy paper, writing paper. This is copy paper that already has the holes in it for running through your printer. Monopoly, Scrabble, and Candyland type paper. Some stencils and my notepads, journaling note cards, and 4x6 stacks. These are those boxes I was telling you about that I rescued at work, and I just thought they were the cutest boxes, but I didn't know how to use them, so I separated my paints, my acrylics, by color family. Some Kool-Aid for Kool-Aid dyeing paper, glitter, fabric glitter paint. Down here I have notepads. Behind it I have embellishments, just for things you want to throw something on or fancy up something. There's some embellishments, and these are for using in junk journals, the notepads. This is my stickers box, my tags box, and these are my stamps. Excuse me. And these are my fry boxes, which look like that. Some of them look like that because I pre-painted them like I told you. Continuing this way, I had a dish drainer at the sink, but I found that I was just using my dishes, washing them, and then putting them back in the dish drainer instead of putting them away. So I took the dish drainer down, and now I just dry my dishes by hand. All my duct tapes and my acrylic paints. Sorry, I skipped this shelf. This is my Canon selfie printer. More embellishments, felt, duct tape sheets, clear pieces, loose ribbon, photo props, and some banners. And this is my Office Jet 4650, which I just acquired because it was purple. And now I learned about laser jets and how they're fairly reasonable. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get one of those secondhand at a pretty good price. Like I said, my tapes, my washi tapes. Just lean this way so I don't have a shadow. Washi tapes are on that side, and then these are sewing machines. One was gifted to me, and one I bought after Black Friday, if you will. So that is all the shelves. Now I can go ahead and show you. And that says, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. And that's from Philippians. And I try to keep the word before me and before the boy, you know, just in little ways so he can see it. Just see us living it out in our lives. Excuse me. I put these up because, like I said, I didn't invest the time in covering all the boxes. Like as you can see, I just put a white piece of tape on it to cover up all the wording so it's not as distracting. So it used to bother some people when they came in. They kind of just always looked at my boxes or whatever. So I covered them up. And so here we have a spray bottle, my DIY shimmer spray, alcohol, and some fabric spray back there. Here's my gold sprays, my black sprays, and chalkboard, random roll of Christmas ribbon. I don't know why that's even there. White spray, clear spray, ivory spray. Over here I have silver spray, purple spray, green and red, which I have tons because I got the bulk of these sprays during Christmas time and I was trying to do some Christmas crafts. And this is hair spray. It's a glitter spray for your hair that I got after Halloween on clearance. This is where the Mod Podge spray and caulk is, and that's an all. My rulers, my staples, excuse me. My chalkboard tags. I have different types of chalkboard tags in there. The bottles you use for your plugins. Still trying to figure out the craft for that. And these are like orange bags, which I use, believe it or not, for scrubbing my dishes. Okay, over here we have burlap that can run through the printer. Fabri-Tac Easy E6000. My tape runners. Super glue. Wood glue, tacky glue, spray adhesives, Elmer's, and then these are empty bottles, but if you put food coloring in there, it makes colored glue. And then these are twine for using, excuse me, for making the envelope type journals, and glitter pens and some glitter. Walmart online, and this is just where I keep the silhouette because, as you know, it's kind of hard to put the silhouette on a shelf because it goes in and out front and back, so you have to have clearance for the paper and the mat to be able to move. At the bottom, just books for being able to use for altered books. Coffee dyed spiral that I've done, and I'll just show you for anybody who may want to get it. This also comes with drawers, which is super cool, and that's just where I keep my cords for the silhouette and some other things. And then that was ink for the Canon selfie. This I recently got at Aldi's, either $5 or $2.50. I really don't remember at this point. And here is the rest of my crafting materials because I am a mixed media crafting person. So here's my gift wrap, like I was saying earlier about my daughter using gift wrap to set up booth space. This is where I keep my flowers. This way I can have flowers in the greens. They're all separated by color. That's what those are. Over here is where I have my burlap, my laced burlap, my laces, and then my ribbon is organized by color. Again, those are the golds. My chalkboard in black. There are browns in there. And that's just some Christmas stuff. Purples and turquoises together. These are loose, just loose pieces of things. Down there I have some patterns and liquid starch, because liquid starch is good for putting fabric up onto the wall without damaging your wall. Some pipe cleaners. There's some books. Some more books down there, like Beth Moore and Max Lucado books are down there. Again, two of my favorite people. I love their Bible studies. Clothing that's too small or too racy, that'll be used for junk journals. You'll see that later at a later date. These are my adult VHS. Both of them have VHS tapes behind them. And when I say adult, I mean let's see, Casablanca, or It Started with a Kiss, stuff like that. That's adult. Here's more fabric that I plan on using excuse me, for journaling and other stuff. Like I hang fabric outside on my porch and things like that. This is tulle from my niece's frozen birthday party. More of my patterns. These I got from Office Depot for $1. More of those fry boxes I showed you. They were on my hanging pocket, and these are cork tops, wiggle eyes. Those are caps for outside for the valve stem of your tire. Here's some wooden pieces that I don't want rattling around in the box because they're a little more fragile, like the chandelier. And then these little boxes have face painting stuff in them and glitter in them. And then all these boxes up here that I salvaged from work, and I just keep different things in them, like the Easter egg dies, which I use mainly the dye than the egg. This is the old shower curtain. I use that for painting on when I have to spray paint outside, or the kids want to paint in the house that has paints in it. This obviously has peg hooks in there. Those are light bulbs in there. I have like some labels in there. Coffee filters are in this one. These are from ice cream lids. They make great signs, and you'll see that in another video. And that is about it. Some medallions, some moss. Those are like clocks, I think they are. Here's my ribbon. This is waiting to be turned into a blanket. And I have some carpet samples, odd, and some napkins, party stuff. That's the fall box. It has orange and blacks in there. Valentine's for the boy, and just cards. And then those 3 have candy in them, like I was telling you. And then yarn, and again, our school colors are orange and black for some projects I'm trying to do to sell. And I found that Pringles can hold yarn very well. This clock belongs to my daughter, which she didn't take with her. And, just different stuff like twist ties, bread clips. Those are printed napkins. That is a containers for painting with, and aprons, those pocket aprons, raffia shells, and chalkboard Easter eggs. They're related, I guess. And these are crayons, paints, color pencils, window crayons, my markers. I get them when they're like 25 cents. So that's why I have so many, so that you don't run out and you don't have to go buy them when they're $1.50. Crazy art crayons for when there's a ton of kids here and they want to color. Just pull out those. Ballpoint pens, 64. Oh, I did a craft too for the teacher appreciation, and I had to use crayons. My highlighters, pencils, pens, and erasers. One of those cute little containers. I think overflow of pens are up there. And here I have ribbons. Red ribbon, again, back to the craft state. A little heart. And here are my window clings, or my wall clings, I should say, and cards. And so that concludes my craft space tour. And okay, so I'll end here. This video, I have been trying to get it done. I've tried different formats. I've tried breaking it up, so I do apologize It is long, super duper long, but that's my whole craft space. I really, really, really apologize it's so long. I've tried little snippets like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and I have a hard time editing it and uploading it and entering all the information. So I will just go ahead and tell you what I forgot to tell you at the beginning. The other night, like I'm new to YouTubing. I'm new to social media. The only social media I've been on was Pinterest, and that's because you don't get to see anything personal about me. So I was on Pinterest, and I loved it. I love it, and I'm trying to do YouTube videos, to go with stuff I want to post on Etsy, mainly junk journals, because I found out there was a whole crafting community on YouTube, which I think is awesome. And so the other night I fell asleep watching YouTube, or afternoon I fell asleep watching YouTube, and in the feed there was someone I had never heard of before. Her name is Pam, and I'll be sure to link her. Her name is Pam, and she was just so personable, so welcoming, so genuine, and her spirit just radiated a love of Christ, and it spoke to my spirit. In one of her videos, she was saying that the world needs what you have, so just go ahead and do whatever it is God's calling you to do. And that just spoke to me so much that I said, you know what, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this YouTube video. And so I did. And I know my home may not be your cup of tea. You may not like it. And I'm sorry if it's not. But hopefully I inspired somebody to do what you love and use what you have to do it. Like the whole people that I watch, they tend to use and upcycle things. They use old books, they alter those, they use cereal boxes, etc. That's why I gravitate to junk journals, because it's essentially junk that you're turning it and making it into something beautiful. And that's basically, what God does, not calling us junk, but the things that we do can be junk, and the things that we've probably done to people or said to people can be considered junk, but God can take that and use that and turn it into something beautiful. We are comforted so that we can comfort others. That's found in the Bible. So hopefully you have a wonderful day. And again, I apologize that it's super long. In the future, they won't be so long. But I just wanted to go ahead and do it and get it uploaded. And like Pam says, she doesn't rewatch the videos, because if she did, she would just delete them and she would never post them. And so I kind of understand now. Just do the video, get it done, press upload, and publish. So here we are. And I just want to thank you so much for coming by to visit me today. I'm just going to show you this last thing that my sister made me for my birthday, and I'm so super over the moon about it. Because she's really not into crafting. I don't want to say she's not crafty, but she's not into crafting. But she knew that would speak to me, so she made that for me. And it hangs outside on my door, but I took it down because it's fall and I wanted to put some fall stuff up. So I thank you so much for coming by to visit me today. Again, I'm so sorry that it's like super, super long, but that is my craft space. That is my upcycled space. And I just wanted to thank you for being here. And I'm going to leave you with the words that, yes, you are loved, because God loves you so very much. He is always waiting for you and with open arms, and he just wants to hug you and love on you and just let you know that he is there with you and you don't have to walk this road alone. I thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.